Look, it's the Holy Grail! Oh wait, it's just Massive Chalice. A game about breeding warrior bloodlines and fighting to keep your civilization alive. Hovering 70% satisfaction on Steam, you might be wondering if this game is worth your hard-earned, cold hard cash. Well, here I am. I'll be breaking down the game and helping you decide if you want to buy it for yourself. Okay. I'ma run down the game story real quick. Evil, corrupted sons of bitches be taking over the remainder of the world, and the only way to stop them is with this huge talking chalice. Unfortunately, it will take 300 years for the chalice to store up a sufficient power level and wipe out the criminal scum. This is where the player comes in. Our job is to hold off the pieces of shit until they can finally be brought to justice. Well, I hope that cleared up the story, and if it didn't, well, we're continuing anyways. So, let's look at the pros and cons. Let me start by saying this game has a really cool idea. You basically play as an evil dictator, picking which heroes breed and which ones are going to be forced into battle. If you choose the powerful ones to breed, then you'll have greater power in the future, but you'll lack the power that you require in the field and, vice versa. Great warriors can pass down their legendary equipment, and the others die off unremembered and useless. There are 3 basic classes in the game and 6 hybrid classes. Units class is determined by the class of their parents, and their bloodline is also determined this way. You fill a small roster of 5 different units to battle the Scourge, each time they invade. Don't get too attached to your soldiers though, because if they die in battle, they'll be gone for good. Even if they don't die in battle, they will eventually die of old age. The battles are simple, but fun. Unfortunately, there are only 7 types of enemies, and each battle has one goal: kill the enemies and get out alive. Even with a lack of enemy types, every enemy plays very differently than the last, so you must adjust your team and playstyle to accommodate all the possibilities. When not in combat, you must decide what to build in your nation. You may choose to generate more keeps in order to acquire more children and thus more soldiers. Alternatively, you might decide to upgrade your armor or weapon. There are a few other options, though aside from those 2, I found nothing to be extremely useful. Unless I was in a really shitty situation and I needed to buy more bloodlines because I ran out of people and I couldn't put them in a keep. But, to be honest, the overworld is one of the most boring places in the whole game, and I find this quite sad because I feel like this is where the most potential was. But, overall, is the game fun? Well, in short, yes, it is fun. I don't think it's a game for everybody, and it can be repetitive, but I enjoyed every second I spent playing it. The graphics are charming, the music is good, and the combat is entertaining. I'd say it had about 20 to 30 hours of gameplay. That said, I feel like the $20 Steam price is a little steep. If you're still unsure, I'd say wait for a sale. If it's more than 30% off, I'd say get it. The game had a lot of potential, and I think it lived up to it, at least to some extent. I feel like the game did offer what it advertised, and I wasn't disappointed with the purchase. Overall, I think it got the rating that it deserved. I give it a 7 out of 10. There are only a few... God damn it.
Massive Chalice!